A few weeks ago I was talking about shoulder turn and hip turn and how I don't think the lower body should lead, and I'm going to describe to you what that looks like. Jim McLean's famous X Factor talked about how you're supposed to restrict your hip turn because people rotate their hips to the inside. He's since backed off on that, and I'll explain to you why hips over-rotate. Now if you set up to the ball with good posture, you want your shoulders rotating level to your spine. So if you put a shaft in here, you'll see that's rotating level to your spine, or 90 degrees to your spine. Where over hip rotation comes into effect is when your shoulders rotate level to the ground, like this. And you can see how your hips over rotate when you rotate too level to the ground instead of level with your spine, or 90 degrees to your spine. See, the hips don't over rotate, so you don't need to restrict your hip turn. Now, if you make that proper backswing and set it here, you can see, let me get set here, you can see that my shoulders have rotated more than my hips. So if you rotate everything together, the hips are automatically leading, okay? Whereas if you make a proper turn and you lead with the hips, you can see how that makes the hands drop, and then the club gets behind you, or your left shoulder goes up. Leading with your hips out of sync can really create some problems that you don't want. So it's very, very simple. Set up with good posture, rotate your hips as much as they'll go, as long as your shoulders rotate level to your spine, and then release the club, and your upper body and lower body all in sync together. And you can see how the club comes down square and right on plane when everything works together. Pop those hips, things get out of sync. So you turn together, release, and turn together.